Year 1347. The Black Death arrives in Europe. A mysterious disease spreads across the continent, carried by ships and rats. Cities fall silent. The result? Up to half of Europe's population vanishes within a few years. Families disappear. Villages are abandoned. It's one of the darkest times in human history. But let's imagine, what if the Black Death had never happened? What kind of world would we live in today? By the 14th century, Europe was already crowded. Millions of people lived in small towns and villages, farming small pieces of land. Food was running out. Farms couldn't feed everyone. The soil was tired, and new technology simply didn't exist. People worked from dawn to dusk, but hunger still followed them. Society was frozen in place. Kings ruled, nobles owned everything, and peasants had no rights. The feudal system kept everyone locked in their roles. Why invent something new if your lord would just take it away? For most people, life never changed, generation after generation. Without the plague, this system might have lasted for centuries more. People would keep struggling for food and space. Overpopulation would lead to riots and wars. Villages would burn, and countless lives would still be lost, just for land and bread. And progress? It would stop. No one would need machines or new ideas when labor was so cheap. Europe would have remained in the Middle Ages forever. But the plague changed everything. It didn't care who you were, king, knight, or peasant. Death came for all. When the plague ended, entire towns were empty. There weren't enough people to work the fields or run the cities. For the first time in history, workers became valuable. Peasants could demand fair pay. Many even left their lords behind to start new lives. Cities began to grow. A new class was born. People who worked with their minds, not their swords. These were the merchants, craftsmen, and thinkers, the future bourgeoisie. They built businesses, funded art, and explored the world. Because of the labor shortage, people started inventing. Machines replaced missing hands. Curiosity replaced fear. This explosion of ideas became the Renaissance, a rebirth of art, science, and human imagination. Soon after came the Age of Exploration. Ships set sail to discover new continents. The world expanded beyond anyone's dreams. The scientific revolution followed. Telescopes, printing presses, medicine, and the birth of modern knowledge. All of this because one tragedy shattered the old system and forced humanity to rebuild. It's a painful truth, but without the plague, there might never have been progress. No Renaissance, no modern world. History doesn't choose what's fair. It simply unfolds, one event leading to another. Sometimes, even the darkest times bring light.
If you want to know even more interesting things, subscribe and stay tuned for new videos.